All right, got another video for you. So today I'm going to review or talk about something that I make instead of something that somebody else has made. I'm going to talk about musky flies. So recently, the past couple years, I've been tying a lot of my own musky flies kind of with the most up-to-date, coolest techniques that people got around with some of the best components that I can get my hands on. And I've gotten pretty good at working with bucktail and some of the other cool stuff that we use to tie musky flies. And wiggle tails, bucktail from my buddy Ellis Ward at Flyzotics. He processes and dyes all of his own bucktail. Gets some really good lengths on it and some awesome colors that you can't find almost anywhere. So definitely check him out. I'll put some sort of a link or something. Check him out on Instagram, Ellis Ward Guide Service or Flyzotics. He's an awesome fly tyer also, so if you wanted to pick up some flies from him, I'm sure you'd appreciate it. And if you wanted to guide for musky or some big brown trout, he's down around Johnson City, Tennessee. I had some cool different hooks that I've used out here, you know, watching YouTube videos and following some demos from some other good fly tyers like Gunnar Brammer and a bunch of other cool things that are on there. Also, I've got wiggle tails from my buddy Paolo Pacchiarini over in Milan, Italy, who I've been lucky enough to fish with. And they add, you know, a real cool changeable component to your fly. You know, you can make your fly bigger or smaller. You can take it off. You can change the color. You can change the action. So they're pretty neat. So if you guys are interested in some kind of custom musky flies, then visit my Instagram at MPWilderman. I've got a bunch of flies on there that if you're interested in buying, you definitely can. If you direct message me, be happy to ship them out to you. I've used these flies a bunch myself. Caught some really nice largemouth, caught some musky, and I've been trying to combine flies that are relatively easily castable, although these probably aren't the easily castable right here. It's kind of a mix between deer hair, badger hair, game changer type deals, but fun to tie. Easily castable and that hold a big profile and catch fish. And I've messed around with all sorts of different components to try and get those attributes that I was talking about in different materials. So with this one here, I got my hook up front there, which is partridge hook, really nice hook, and then a wire underbody, 40-pound wire, and I've got different sections of tubes, rigid tubes that I cut, and then I've got beads as spacers in there, and then I've got a stinger hook on the back that you can see, and then a wiggle tail. So this has got a lot of good movement in the water. It's got your stinger on the back of it to get any fish that tries and gets the back. It's got a water pushing head from a brush from Nightmare Musky Flies. So I mean, this is good stuff. All really good components. All musky certified for sure. So if you guys are interested in any of these, let me know. I've done a lot of stuff with different adaptations on the beast fly. You know, all these are reverse tied bucktail combined sometimes with strung fuzzy fiber. Sometimes I've got some inner wire with a stinger treble. You know, I can do all sorts of different stuff with these flies. Got good eyes on there, which always helps. And I try to do proven musky catching colors. Some a little bit more natural, some a little bit more wild. This one, obviously, like a red horse sucker, that red tail. A lot of stuff up north that musky feed on have that a reddish kind of tail. These would also work good for big predatory fish like taimen or payara. If you were going to go especially for payara and you wanted to get some of these, let me know. I would tie them extra strong, but these would be awesome taimen flies. I guided for taimen for 3 seasons in Mongolia, and I wish that I had some big awesome flies like this. When I first started doing it in think it was 12 or something. The guys were all still throwing little tiny flies. So yeah, definitely missed out on some chances to catch some monster fish by throwing stuff that was too small. Here's another guy, you know, little combination of synthetic and natural fibers. This one's got a rattle in it, rattle in the back end, articulated, two different partridge hooks. I think it's got the bad boy predator in back and then the trout predator in front. These are bad hooks, man. Bad ass. Bad, I mean good. That's an 8.0 in front, and I think it's 6.0 in back. Super sharp, super durable. And also the colors on some of this bucktail you saw on that last fly that I showed you are awesome. This is like a combination of purple and then tipped in chartreuse, and you're not going to be able to find that in most places. I mean, custom, you can get it from my man Ellis, or, you know, I'm lucky enough to know him and be able to get some of this stuff and then tie it up, and I'm happy to pass it on to anybody that wants to buy any of these. Obviously, each one of these is tied with good equipment and good materials, and it takes me a while to tie, so they're not going to be super cheap. So I'd be charging anywhere from probably 30 to 50 bucks, depending on the fly, depending on the design. And you could see with some of these beast flies, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different ties in that thing to build that profile and give it the illusion that it's got a lot of bulk, but it's easy to cast, and since that bucktail is all reverse tied, it sheds the water very easily when you pick it and lift it up out of the water, and then it casts like a much smaller fly. And then when it hits and goes down into the water, it poofs back up, and it makes it look like it's a much larger thing going through the water. That's the beauty of the beast fly. Also got some Arex swim bait hooks here that I've tied some flies on. These are really cool because that hook is, you know, weedless, and it can go through stuff very easily. You can throw it right up into the timber, and it can come right through it. And then when a fish nails it, boom, you've got them. So this also, it's multi-piece articulated fly to kind of give it that streamlined, bulky look. Reverse bulkheads in the front, pretty cool colors with the pink and black. Got the all black one right here, same style, weedless. I've also added a swim bait weight on the bottom, keel weight, to make it go the right way in the water, and also adds a little bit of weight to it, which oddly enough makes it a little bit more castable. So also, one more thing on one of my favorite flies that I've started tying is, I don't really have a name for these, except I guess, I mean, you could say a hybrid beast fly or something like that. It's got a big bulky head, and then it's tied on these little sections of tubes, and then with the stinger and the beads and the wiggle tail on there, you know, you're looking at a fly that's probably 14 inches long, but you can cast this thing really easy. It's got a ton of action. It kind of like goes off to the side, and you've got the rippling tail going on there. You can customize the tail, put whatever tail you want on. And this particular one is with 40-pound wire. I could tie it up with 60-pound wire. I've caught some nice fish with these already. You know, black on black doesn't really look that good with my black shirt. Didn't think about that. Holding it up like there, you can kind of see it. It's got a lot of bulk to it up front, and then it streamlines down the back, and then you've got the wiggle tail back there. This is a killer. You know, pike, musky, big bass, peacock bass, even taimen. If you're going on international trips for big stuff and you want some big flies that are still relatively easy to cast, and are made with good components and don't mess around, I would definitely recommend these. I know the next time that I'll be going for taimen, I'm going to be taking a bunch of my own flies to go after them. Also, these other beast flies that I've got like this, that one's tied on wire with that same style with the multi-sections of the tubing. You know, another beautiful fly, proven musky catching color, black and dark green. I've always done really well in northern Wisconsin with them. And then the feathers on the back, you know, killer. That's it, absolute killer right there. So yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in any of those flies. You can DM me, get in touch with me, and let me know. I'd be happy to tie up some more and send them out to you. Okay, thank you.